Alrighty, I am back again. If you haven't had enough of me, especially the Elite Navigator members, I'm back. Um, it's been a long day. Hey, Angel Case, how you doing? So if you're on the session, do remember, drop a message, say hi. If you're new to the session, drop a message, say hi. Let me know where you're joining us from. Um, for all the regulars, big welcome back. If you haven't joined me on Elite Navigators, haven't seen you for a while. Right? Hey Richard, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey Jimmy, good to see you. All right. Um, so we're 28 minutes away from the non-farm employment change number to be released. We have Canadian employment data to be released as well later in 28 minutes, 27 minutes and counting. Um, what was I going to do? Quick disclaimer. I have to put that up. So let's do that. Alrighty. Here. I guess you can see me okay. You can hear me all right. Hey Diana, how you doing? Hey Sunil, how you doing? Now again, guys, please remember, help me out. This is a public live stream, so remember to click that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're on the session, drop a message, say hi, let me know where you're joining us from. Richard, how you doing? Say a few words about the Elite Navigator. Right. So the main thing about the Elite Navigator is that every day, 3 p.m. GMT plus 8, I'll be streaming live, sharing with you about the trade setups, the market analysis. I've done that for the last 2 years. Now it's gone private for Elite Navigators. You get indicators, so you get the TSRI, MACD, the Bollinger Bands. You get there's two main ones for now. So you have some more coming up. For the Elite Navigators, I have also done up some other videos. Like most recently today was let me try and bring it up. Where is it? The NFP, how to trade non-farm payroll. So I won't be able to get through the educational part today, or now during this session, but hang on, where am I? But I've done the educational part on the video, right? So sharing like how to trade it. So you see here, if I bring this up, yeah, that I think you can see it. Hang on, let me just check. Yeah, so you get like, what is the NFP, how to trade it. We go through in detail, 35-minute long on that. We go through our trade setups. We've got live trading sessions, which I do public now for the main events. I'll try and do more trade of the week setups. Sometimes I catch it, sometimes I don't. And then more details and more videos to come as well, right? And yes, like Diana said, the live stream. The live stream is the main big one that you would join for. And it's only $9 a month. It's only 9 US a month, right? Thanks for that, Diana. Thanks for that, Jimmy. And yeah, I think Jimmy really likes the NFP video as well. So you can check it out. You can, how do I do this? You can jump onto, if you're on the live stream now, let me see. So if you're on, it's a bit weird to do this, but if you're on right now, you can click on that join button to join straight away. If not, then the link is also there for you guys to click on that to join as well. Skip that ad. So it's a bit of an inception thing now, but yeah, you can click on that to join as well. Okay, I'll take that away. It's just a bit weird. Hey Christina, how are you doing? We do have a bit of time, so I'm not too stressed and rushed. Tonight, non-farm employment change, 218K, previous 12K. Put it into the chat. What do you think the number is going to be? We've gone through with our elite navigators today on what I think is going to happen. We've got the whole setups there. Dollar is already moving. Moved the wrong one. Dollar is already moving a little bit earlier than expected. I'll move that a bit to the side so you can see what's happening. Kiwi dollar already losing ground. I haven't got into this trade, so I'm just trying to see what's going to happen here. Aussie dollar pushing down, so maybe looking for that to bounce. Pound dollar, you see, although dollar is gaining, pound dollar is pushing up. Euro dollar still sitting there looking for a potential reversal. Yen is still in that straddle opportunity. I'm thinking more of the upside. Euro yen, I'm not going to look at. Pound yen is doing well. I'm not going to look at. Sweezy, could it break that support on dollar weakness? We look for that. CAD is already pushing up. It's already pushing up. So a bit of front running happening before the news. Daily gaming thinks it's positive for dollar. I think so. I'm hoping so. The Angel Case thinks 214, which is a little bit lower than expected. We shall see. Again, if you have any questions, put it into the chat. Let me know. Any particular pairs, put it into the chat. If you want to look at, let me know as well. Please remember the disclaimer applies. What was I going to say? The stream is a little bit slow. That's what I realized through a few sessions. So, if you see me getting into something, it might be a few seconds late already. So just bear that in mind. And how have you all been? Hope you're all trading well. Let's see what's happening. Last time was a huge miss. I don't think it will be the case again. Because the last time we saw that miss, we attributed to the hurricanes and a couple of labor strikes in the US. So I don't think it's going to happen again. But it's NFP. Anything can happen, right? Pound CAD. That's the one. That's Jimmy reminded me about this. We looked at it on Monday. And it's just gone off the charts already. It's gone. I have totally forgotten about it because it's not something that I look at all the time or at all. I only look at it when you guys ask. So it's already gone up. But hey, it was a good analysis, right? Once it got triggered, it didn't have almost no drawdown before pushing back up. 1.7920. That's where we had it. Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at gold on that. Kiwi dollar is sitting there. My biggest fear, okay? My biggest fear when I do a live trading session with you guys or at any time on a live trading session is not so much about whether we get into a trade or not. It's more that it front runs and then we try to be too safe and not be able to get into a trade. So that's my biggest fear. Even if I do get into a trade and I lose a couple of pips or lose pips here and there, I'm okay. I just want to sit here and see it drop now, and then the news comes out and it's too far gone. That's what I don't want to see. US yen sell from 151.50. That was a good sell. 151. Oh wait, 151.50 is up here. Um, Daily gaming. Quite honestly, I I hope you have a wait. Once 151.50 is about there. I hope you have a stop loss at break even or you secured some profits on it because it could. I'm not saying that it will. I'm anticipating that it could shoot up. So again, do your own trade, but I'm thinking it could close out. It could shoot up. So you might want to close out, or you might want to make sure you have a stop loss move to protect the trade or to actually secure some profits so that in the worst case, it doesn't get into a loss. Okay? The ones that, oh, I'm so cold, hang on. Okay. I closed 75% past days, but still 25. Oh, then I don't like closing percentages. I like closing the whole thing. I think that it should, I mean, if you're happy to risk at 25, okay. But I mean, I'm projecting, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that we might see a stronger dollar, we might see the the yen push up. So just watch out for that. Okay. So basically, dollar has done very well for today, exactly as I wanted. It's sitting along this support level. Right? It's sitting right here in consolidation. The ideal is that this was where we were. I said it was going to test down and push up. So the ideal is for it to push up towards this area, retrace a little bit, and then push back up again. That's kind of what I'm looking out for. A dollar yen is in there. I might actually put an order in. Hang on a second. Yeah. Okay. 150.80. Let me just put in a quick order. I'm just going to try. I am just going to try something. 150.80. I'm going to do a slow one. I mean, a small one. Okay. There we go. Take profit. I'm going to try for 151.50. Stop loss at 150.50. All right, let's try that. Okay. I've got an order in on the US yen just to see whether it's going to push that way up. But I've got my take profit up here just to see whether I can catch a quick pop. Okay. Hey Cass, how you doing? Pound CAD, pound Kiwi, pound and euro say missed the boat on all of them. Yeah, I mean, you're the third one. Oh, you're the second one. Jimmy was telling me about pound CAD. Diana said she missed out on pound CAD. Cass, Daily Gaming, and Richard, you guys should be on the Elite Navigator. I'm going to go hop on about Elite Navigator. I'm sorry, but you guys definitely should be on that because we talked about that on Monday. So make sure you do that. The link is there again. What make me think the US dollar will go up because today you could not break this week opening at 105.60 at DXY, but I think with the news it might take the bottom for liquidity then jump up. Um, I I'm thinking if anything, if anything, if we're more likely that it might take liquidity to the upside then come back down if it's going to grab anything. But I'm looking for that first move up. It all comes down to what that number might be. It's 9:18 now, so we've got almost 12 minutes to get to the news. Gold is starting to move a little bit. Oh, the DXY, okay. Yeah, gold is starting to push down a little bit. So gold, we were looking for it to break 26.30, which is down here, to possibly push down. Dollar index, you're saying that it's likely to break down, grab some, and push back up. Yes, possibly. It's just in that area there. So I wouldn't rule it out. It could do that little push lower before pushing back up again. Wouldn't rule it out. Would not rule that out. Okay. I know I'm terrible at putting in any background music, so I'm not gonna stress about that. Gold still pushing down. So the thing now is we're all on a 1 hour time frame. Once we come a bit closer, maybe around 5 minutes, then I will swing down to the 5 minute time frame. Look at the Kiwi dollar. Right, it was pushing down. Now it's coming back up a little bit, so that's something to watch out for. A bit odd, a little bit odd. I want to see that. I would love to see that. But that wouldn't work very well for that order. It might not even trigger. So we'll look for that. Hmm. Who is on the session? I see a lot of you on the session. Please remember, drop a message and say hi. Let me know they're on the session. And then also remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already. I know most of you are pretty good with that. I kind of want to see, so like from this morning, right? From this morning, I was saying that I really wanted to see gold down to that 2600 level. I think it'd be awesome if I was going to draw that again, I think it would be awesome opportunity on, a move down to here so that I can get it back up to that point again. What happened, Cass? Well, firstly, what was the big win? Tell me what was the big win, and then tell me what was the big loss that caused an 80% drop. Um, and then usually I would say that I think, from experience, I've done that before, but from experience, I wouldn't bank on the NFP. It's terrible, terrible event to bank on. I think it's a fun event. I always have fun during an NFP, but I wouldn't, it's more something that you just do on. It would depend more on the other days rather than NFP day. Because NFP is just crazy. Could, like you said, dollar pump up and crash right back down, or shoot right up and do all kinds of crazy things. Anything can happen on NFP. Oh man, that's terrible. I wouldn't say I've done that before, but I know how you feel. Um, hey YJ, how you doing? Good to see you. I haven't done this for a while. Since we can do that, since we can do that, let's do this. All right. Um, we've got 6 minutes to the news. We have 6 minutes to the news, so I'm going to switch this over to the 5 minute time frame. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong one. Okay, hang on, go back to that. Click on that. Click on that. Okay, here we go. So we're now on the 5 minute time frame. These ones that we talked about is going to be a bit all over the place, but it's okay. Um, NFP is the Melbourne Cup. No, I think the Melbourne Cup is maybe a little bit more predictable than NFP. Maybe. There we go. Um, just pumped out 5 memberships. This is not the Elite Navigator memberships. This is the basic membership. It's just something that I can pump out on YouTube, so I've just done that. But you guys definitely should get onto the Elite Navigator. Hey, Infotainment Hub, how are you doing? Good morning. Welcome. Infotainment Hub just joined us on Elite Navigator, I think yesterday. So it's good to have you. Five minutes. You see that pushing back down a little bit. That's coming back down, so it's not doing too much. Stick to the 1 hour for now. Stick on the 15. So you get a better view on the 15. All right. 4 minutes to the news. Let's see what happens. Please don't feel like you have to enter. I mean, I'm going to sound naggy, very naggy, right? But please don't feel like you have to enter a trade. I always advise size it down. Don't, go half your trade size, your normal trade size, because you potentially have volatility on your side. Yeah, don't feel like you have to enter a trade. That's the main thing. A lot of times people sit there and they're like, "Oh, I have to get into a trade." You don't have to, right? Um, it could be crazy. Just bear that in mind. Dollar index is still sitting there. So we have one member saying that it's going to come down, grab some liquidity, and then pump back up. So one person saying that it's going to do that, right? Someone's saying that it's going to pump and dump. So it could really be anything. I think that is set there. I'm looking for it to push up before. I actually think now that it might push back down a little bit before going back up, like this, right? I don't think this is a likely scenario, but we'll keep it there. In fact, I take that away. It's too many lines. Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for now. On to the US yen, it's still sitting there. We're 2 minutes away from the news. We're 2 minutes away from the news, or 1.5 minute away. I know there are some sites which might be faster or whatever it is. Um, but I'm not going to be too worried about the speed of it. Euro Kiwi open, only like 40 pips profit. Wonder if you should close before then reopen. Euro Kiwi. Whoa, wait, I got 40 seconds. Okay. Euro Kiwi, you have a trade open. I think if it's a buy, I hope it's a buy trade because it's 40 pips up. I think it should be fine, but I would usually suggest to close it out. Okay. Dollar now is getting there. Starting to move a little bit. I'm going to be clicking and scrolling around, so just bear with me while I flash the things around. Okay, so we're looking now where the news is going to be released. We're seeing the dollar push to the downside. We're seeing the Kiwi push right up. What's the number? Doesn't seem like it's going to be a good number. 227. So is it going to come down and push back up? We're not going to get in yet because it's 227, 4.2. That's one thing to look out at. And 2.4. So that's not a big issue. That's good. That's a slight issue there. That's why we're seeing that pop lower a little bit. Check it out on the 1 minute. Being outside of the Bollinger, we're looking for it to come back in. Kiwi dollar test up, looking for it to push back. I'll cancel that order because that didn't trigger. Give me a second. So I'm going to cancel my yen order. Although it might push back up, but I'm just going to, I wanted that first reaction, so that didn't happen. Now again, I haven't had any revision to that number yet. I think can't remember who said that it was going to pump down to 105.60. You got that spot on. Now the question is it going to bounce, grab that liquidity and push back up? It looks like it's struggling to come back up. So we're seeing some dollar weakness, which is that Aussie dollar push back up. It didn't drop low enough. That pound dollar is doing well. So pound dollar performing exactly as what we wanted it to do. Go up. Let me see. Euro is pushing up as well. So Euro is not going to drop. I don't see that dropping right now. We'll take that away. It's still pushing up. It's a bit of an odd reaction, I'll tell you this, because that's a good number. This got revised from 12 to 36. I'm not too worried about that revision. Just that 44.2 is a number that's climbed, and that's climbed as well. So we'll check out the US CAD. All right, so we check out the US CAD. It's pushing back down, dollar weakness. Although we're seeing that dollar, wow, it's dropping a lot. Although we're seeing that dollar drop, and we're seeing some of the CAD should be weakness, the dollar is dragging the CAD down. Dollar index right down, dropping like a rock, like a stone in a well. The question now is it going to come down to this support level? Very odd. Very odd, as we were talking about. Right? So it's a good strong number at 227, just that that's 4.2. But then it's pushed back. Yeah, 4.2 is not huge. Okay. The thing here now is that big reminder is that when you see things like that, hey, it should be pushing down, but it's not it should be pushing up, but it's not pushing up, it's pushing down. This is where you go, okay, I'm not going to get into anything because it doesn't make sense. Those who watched the video, that last slide comes in super important right now. What we're still looking for, is that test and bounce back up. Yes, euro dollar is pushing up. Well, should have gone with euro CAD. Euro dollar is pushing up. Remember, it's outside of the Bollinger. So right now, what I'm seeing is that yes, everything is up, but you wouldn't have gone into that trade because firstly, if you didn't get in there, like on the pound dollar, right? I'll take that away. If you didn't get in at on release, just before release of news, you would have got in anywhere in there, and it wouldn't make sense at this point. Right, so it's out of the Bollinger on 1 minute time frame. It's going to come back in a little bit, maybe back down to around here, maybe push back up again. So right now on the pound dollar, it's already pushed up. You're looking for it to come back in, then maybe to the upside again. We need to see what happens on the dollar index. Look at the dollar index pushing back up. Definitely, that's the best idea is to wait for it to settle because look at it, the dollar index came right down, trying to push back up again, right? We're looking at that, US CAD, right down and back up. And this is, I would not trade the US CAD at any point because it's just two conflicting news on one pair, dollar and the CAD at the same time. That's why you see all that big choppiness and bouncing around. So it's not worth that kind of risk. Squeezy, push down, push back up again. Pound yen, euro yen, US yen is down. I'm not too, it's we talked about this. Euro yen is in that range. It hasn't done anything there, right? So it's still zigzagging in that range. Euro dollar pushing up. It's been 7 minutes. It's already been 7 minutes. Right, you see on a 1 minute time frame, pound yen already pushed back up. No, I wouldn't look at pound yen now. See, the thing here on the euro dollar is that again, it's pushed up, it's come back down, it's tested this resistance turn support. We're looking for it to push back up now, right? If you haven't got into the trade, where you'd be looking at the aggressive entry would be a trade like that, right? Very aggressive because it's not ready yet. You'd be looking at that to the upside that way. The safer entry would be if it breaks above that point, then you'll be looking at that to the upside and then stop loss below, right? So just a difference of a little bit, but it could save you a lot of heartache as well. So that's what you'll be looking at. Let me just check Bloomberg. Help to tempo, consider worsening. Yes, no big surprise. I don't know. So Diana just asked, why did it drop? It would be that 4.2. It might be a good recovery in employment, which doesn't do that much to this. Didn't change this or hasn't reflected the change yet. I'm guessing is that, and I'm guessing that the recovery is not great, right? It's 36, so it's recovering from last month and this month, 218, 227, not a huge improvement. It's an improvement, definitely an improvement, not a huge improvement. And yet we're seeing it drop. It feels like it's going to drop and then possibly bounce. You know when it will bounce? It'll bounce when I end the stream. Because it's way outside now. All right, and if you look back to the last time, just as an example, oh yeah, I want to check gold. Hang on a second. So this was what happened the last time round, right? So this was NFP the last time round where it sat there, it popped right down on 36, on 12. On a 12K release, it came right down, and then close of the hour came back into the Bollinger at 9. This was before daylight saving and all that. The next hour, it went up, up, up again. It might be this time the same, could be something similar in that fashion. Let me check gold. I keep clicking the wrong one. Hang on. Check gold. Let me see. Gold pushing back up. Didn't get to my. I wouldn't get into gold yet. What was I going to say? It didn't get into my level because I want to see that break, right? Because it's in that range. Since the whole of today has been stuck in that 26.45 level. So we're going to see that past that point first. So I wouldn't get into gold yet. And again, I'm just being super cautious on a live stream with you guys. That would work out very nicely. Kiwi to push up and then come right back down. So I'm waiting for that. That's sitting there. It's waiting. It's thinking about it. Gonna wait and see on that. USD CHF. Our favorite pair. It looks like that downside, right? Move that right across. That's what we're talking about. It is outside, so I'm thinking that it's gonna come. So this level that we talked about, 87.40 was on an hourly time frame kind of view, right? We wanted to break that 61.8 level. So what you want to see now is, even if it does push down, you want it to close below. You want the hourly to close below this point, which I think it might struggle because it's outside. You look on on the M1 time frame, it's sitting there. Maybe on a 15-minute, if it closes, if it pushes back up a little bit, comes right down, maybe, but not yet. All right. I'm thinking that the dollar. See, I like how the dollar has set there for now. I like how the dollar has set there for now. If it can find this base and push back up, we might have something coming back in. Look at that. Swiss franc pushing back up now. Right, so we're seeing that push. We're going to see that come back into the Bollinger. Maybe it's 2 minutes to the candle close, needs to close. If the dollar continues to weaken, it's going to sit there. Then it pops down. Then you can look into getting into the downside. Euro dollar still, 2 lines, still sitting there. Kiwi, oof. I didn't get into the Aussie. The Aussie was doing so nicely. It was exactly as what we're talking about. Just that because it didn't drop low enough and bounce off this support, but this would have worked out perfectly. This would be a good 40 pips straight up. Jimmy, did you get onto that? Pound CAD? We're gonna hit a take profit. We're gonna hit our take profit on pound CAD. 100 pips. I will tell you that I did not get onto this, because this is not a pair that I look at. But we talked about this on Monday. We've gone up, and good job, Jimmy. I'll give you a high five, virtual high five, Jimmy. 45, 945. That's pushing back up a little bit. Okay, so you see the 15-minute candle close, and it's way outside there. Okay, this is dollar index. Dollar index now, you see that pushing back up a little bit. We might see this come back into play. The thing here is that on this move, I'm not going to be very sure about it until it breaks above this point, this 50% level. Then we're going to say, oh, it's got a good chance it's going to come back in again. Okay. So we're going to wait for that. Jimmy, did you close the trade, or are you waiting for take profit? What a good weekend. What a good way to start the weekend. Look at the CAD. All that craziness, and then it's pushing back up. So that CAD weakness of 6.8, because it went from 6.5 to 6.8, it overcame that unemployment change at 50, came out at 6.8. So you see CAD weakness. You're seeing the dollar gain back that strength, hopefully, not yet, hopefully getting back that strength, hence pushing the CAD right up. Same thing. I was looking for it to, I think, get a bit too optimistic for it to push back up, but that would have worked out quite nicely there as well to the upside, right? If you didn't get into that, if you want to scalp it, maybe take that away. Maybe a consideration on the hour close, so in about 13 minutes, is to do that. 20 pips up, tight, 10 pips that way on the CAD to the upside if it breaks above this high. Swing a small scalp upwards. Gold is a do nothing, a big do nothing because it's gone up and gone down and still sitting there, shaked around but haven't done anything. Good job, Jimmy. Nice close. A pound yen, no. Euro yen. Oh, look at that. Big doji. US yen popped right down, still within the range. And this is, I preempted this, right? Before the news came out, I said, my biggest concern will be that it just bounces around and does nothing. Um, then we've jumped on a live session and not got into any trades. Euro dollar coming back down, I like that. I like how the dollar is getting that strength back up. So I like that. So I'm watching out for that on the dollar. If it can break, if it can close hourly, if it can close past, where's my 61? Oh, it's up there, 61 is there, okay. It's coming up to 61.8. Now, if you look at it on the hourly time frame, it came down, I think, someone said that. Thanks for that, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, you got 100 and, I'm just kidding. You got 150 pips. Thank you, Jimmy. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now you distracted me again. No, dollar came right down, pushing back up, looking for it now. 10 minutes more. I want to push up a little bit more. If we can clear this area, we might see it push, next hour push all the way back up. So 15 minutes is looking very good. Again, big thank you, Jimmy. Now, TV down. Look at that. I would love to see a Kiwi come right down, trigger that sell. I will be happy to get into that. Aussie dollar, nope, done already. Pound dollar. Okay, again, now I've shared with you this on the one that loads 1 minute time frame. It's pushed up, it's come back down, so you're gonna wait for it, but I feel like it's gonna come back down a little bit lower before going back up, so you're gonna wait. I do a lot of waiting. In my earlier days of trading, I would have banged out 10 trades already, right? But it's not sustainable. So now I do a lot of, more careful, more steady trading. Infotainment hub. I trade only gold. Do you think it's bad? It's not bad, but it would. Sometimes you don't feel like you have to enter a trade. It's okay. I mean, I trade only the majors, right? I don't trade the pound CAD or the Swiss yen. So it's not bad to have a specific things that you trade, but you just don't feel like you have, because you only trade that one or two. You have to enter trades based on that. So even on this, dollar index is pushing back but struggling. It's struggling. It's 9 minutes to the candle close. If it stays below this 50, then it could push back down again. Okay, so it could push back down again on that 15-minute time frame. This is 5. We're going to see what happens there. Gold is sitting there. Still waiting. Euro dollar is pushing back up because euro dollar is pushing back up because gold dollar index is pushing back down. Okay. The way the dollar index is pushing back down is not good. The way the dollar index is pushing back down after testing that 61.8 looks like it could continue lower. Right? Not doing too much. It's gone down, come back up. So it's really done that zigzag. I like how this pushing back up. I like it on the pound dollar. Right? It was outside of the Bollinger, came back in, now pushing back up. What you will be looking at, this is on the 5 and on the 15 is 15. I want it to actually stay there a little bit. But if it does push back up, could be looking at a move as this will be looking like that. So test and open up that way. Okay. Look at the yen pushing right down. Not too exciting, unfortunately. I feel like we get better setups on a daily basis than during the live stream sessions, during the live trading sessions. Waiting for the hour to close on the 6 minutes. Euro dollar sitting there, struggling. Euro dollar is struggling. This was something I saw just then, just before the news, where additional accommodative monetary policy guidance from the ECB may be forthcoming. That's a bit of a surprise. So that was interesting. I don't see anything happening right now. Well, I'm glad I closed that yen order because that didn't trigger. If I'm looking at this on the H1 time frame, right? So H1, if the dollar tests and pushes back up, Kiwi could have that move down. So that's something you could look out for. I would say below 5840. You look at that to the downside. Aussie dollar, you wouldn't look at that. So Aussie dollar is an update. You would say that I'll be looking for that to break to the upside if we see that dollar weakness continue. Pound dollar, I kind of like it still to the upside. I want to come back into the Bollinger to push up. Euro dollar on the 1 hour, looks like, I can't remember what we drew the last time round, but it looks like it might have gone up, and then we might see that. Looks like, because it's holding that resistance so well. Right, so again, I think I did that one on the euro dollar, was below this point. You'd be looking at a 30.25 down to that point 65. Right, so if that resistance holds, we've seen it hold quite well already. If that level holds, we could see it push back down. Dollar index is still struggling on this point here, but it's trying to push back up. 3 minutes to the close. US yen gonna drag down. You can see now, although the dollar index is trying to push trying to push back up a little bit, the yen is still trying to push down. So maybe you can consider this move down on the yen. If it breaks that 61.8, you'll be looking at 149.50 to the downside. Could be a move as well. I kind of like that euro a little bit, if that can hold. If that can hold. Then the second one that I like a lot would be the yen to the downside. So definitely not looking at that, right? I'll be more keen on that one, on the yen to the downside. Let me save that. Okay. Euro yen, no. Pound yen, no. Sweezy, see, it came back up. We want to see it in this minute close, and then maybe push back down if the dollar continues to weaken. The CAD, anyone got onto that one? If you got anyone got onto the CAD, as I was talking about that scalp to the upside, if you did, be super extra careful because it's way outside the Bollinger. It could come back in. Just be careful of that. Gold's not doing anything. So odd that gold is just sitting there. So I wouldn't do anything on gold. So again, Kiwi, Aussie. Aussie has a next move here. Might be a next week kind of thing. Pound dollar to the upside. Yes, it's looking maybe like it's going to continue. Euro dollar, I want it to hold and push back down. US yen is looking more and more interesting. New candle, US yen looking more and more interesting. Right, so dollar index came right back up, came onto the Bollinger. I feel like it's going to sit there and slowly possibly push back up, but it might, this will be the decision point because it's come back into the Bollinger. That's slowly crossing back up. What's the news? Dollar index falls with this, that's fine. So it's still sitting a bit undecided, still a bit early in the hour. Euro dollar sitting there. Okay. Whew. My trade on US yen worked out. I love you too, Daily Gaming. Good job on the US yen trade. Super, super. Diana shorting Kiwi yen. Kiwi yen. Okay, I know why you shorted. I think I know why you shorted. I feel like now, maybe that point, break. 8815. Yeah, that's why. I saw that. I saw that and I go, I know why you shorted. Very nice. Well, very nice shorting there. I will say that I couldn't pick that spot. Only when you tell me, then I'll say I know why, but I wouldn't have picked that spot on my own. The way I look at it is, okay, it needs to break, close below this point, then I'll sell it down. So very good pick. There we go. Very good pick at that point there, Dinah. I will look for the break. Then the next move down. I don't think that would be a reasonable target. I think that got another move down there, maybe halfway, about there. And kind of that's kind of why I look at the majors only. Too many things to look at. Kiwi, I'm eyeing Kiwi. Yen pushing down. So daily gaming working well on the yen. Jimmy did well on the pound CAD. Diana doing well on the Kiwi yen, trading down to 8774. Yeah, 8774. That's kind of that point. It's kind of the point where I thought, yeah, I'll get in. Yeah, so it pushed down, bounced back up, and then back down again. You're most welcome there, Angel Case. Got my profit on Angel Case. Got profit on the euro dollar going up, profiting again on it going down, up and down both ways. That's what I used to do. Now I try to pick one spot. So nice trade there, Angel Case. Do put in if you can, put it into the chat how many pips you got. Love to find out. Love to know. Love to share. Again, guys, remember click that like, subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure join the Elite Navigator membership. Live stream every day. Well, almost every day, unless I'm traveling. If you look at US yen on the daily time frame chart, there's a massive short to 140. Daily time frame on the US yen. Oh, wait. Massive short to 140. It needs to first break below this 148 level. If it can break below 148, then 146, past 146, 140 for sure. Have a good weekend, you too, Jimmy. Take care now. I am actually going to call an end to the session as well. I've been in the office for 12 hours already, so it's a long day. 12 hours, but it's the weekend. Heading into the weekend. Please, please, please take care. Trade well. Trade safe. Have a fantastic weekend ahead. I will see you all next week. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a chat, share about how much tips and profits you've made. Join the Elite Navigator if you could. I'll see you all. Take care now. Bye bye.